If I can, I want to bring in Chris Grelnick. And as I bring in this new guest, I want to tell you that what you're seeing is some new video that has come into NewsNation. It's really hard for me to tell you exactly what you're seeing, but safe to say that this is the Lewiston area, some of the police activity that has come in, obviously captured by viewers who have sent this in to us. Obviously, with such a fluid situation, we have no idea at what point in the series of murders this video happened, but you can obviously see that the roads look to be pretty bare, but for many of these police vehicles. Chris Grelnick is an active shooter expert, former law enforcement expert as well. Chris, are you on the line with me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Ashleigh. Good to be with you. I wish it wasn't under these circumstances.
I so am exhausted from saying those words, Chris, and I feel you. I mean, this is just so devastating, and each one seemingly worse than the last. I was at Newtown, though, so I still have that. Chris, just give me your thoughts as you hear the facts as they're unfolding.
I think the police have a tremendous monumental task of seeking the shooter. They're working, obviously, with the local FBI and, at this point, D.C., with the Attorney General releasing a statement. Unfortunately, his statement's not going to be able to help anyone right now beyond monetary help, if you will, for tomorrow and other resources, because it really unleashes everything. And I'd push back just a little bit. Your other guest was phenomenal of his reporting, the network person, and said the local FBI office is, equipped to deal with things like this. Actually, this is where the FBI headquarters comes in and flies in resources like no other scene. An active shooter is unique because no one, it's not a call for service. It's not something you were expecting. You're not going to witness violence firsthand. It's not a one-off violent encounter between one-on-one. It's somebody coming with a desperate attitude. They're going to settle a score. They're going to make everyone know their name, and that's why we don't say their names. And they're going to try and one-up the last shooter. Many of them have several things in common, and yet you and I have spoke about active shooters to include Newtown way back when. I think the last time we were on together was about 5 years ago, and it's the same thing. We are all in shock when we call for A, gun control, or B, assistance mental health, and we can't meet in the middle somewhere of let's help the would-be victims, because the police are well-funded on what to do. They're going to do a great job. They're searching right now, and once they find him, they're going to either try to take him into custody or stop him, because God forbid he tries to do it somewhere else. It's very rare that you see one shooter hit 3 locations, and they shoot people as if they're inanimate objects. And with 22 dead and 50 to 60 wounded, this person obviously had a statement to make. Someone's going to start searching their social media sites immediately, which is probably already locked down. And I would bet even odds that he probably posted something that he was going to do it. And I have a saying, I said it way back when, I'll say it again. We live in a country of it'll never happen here. It always happens, there. We've said so many times this is small town USA. Well, it happened. And there's the resources and the support that this community is going to need. It's going to be exponential. And it's going to be up to all of us as a community effort to help them. And people in, my line of work, unfortunately, the domestic terrorism side, because that's what this is, a domestic terrorism event. We'll study it, learn from it, and try to prevent the next one. And that's why we moved into this sector from response. We cannot respond our way out of these. Once this person started shooting, the police started to respond. The people inside there were left with what? Run, hide, fight. And while that's a great starting point, we need to know where to run, where to hide. God forbid we're somewhere like a bowling alley. I mean, what should they fight with?
I mean, how do you fight a weapon like that and a guy who looks like he knows what he's doing as he wields it? Let me just add one more piece of information, and that is that a Lewiston City Councilor, I believe it's Robert McCarthy, who's the Lewiston City Councilor, has said that there are at least 22 dead. Oftentimes, even local officials might hear things on the press and then report them on other press outlets. So I'm just going to keep that sort of in the mix. But when you start hearing local officials saying those numbers, it's something to be taken, seriously. Also, although, Lewiston is the second largest city in Maine. It is still small. It has 39,000 people there. And local officials there have said in some interviews that the bowling alley where this began, it's called the Spare Time Recreation Center. The bowling alley is on the outskirts of the city on one end. And the bar, the Schmenge's Bar and Grill, is on the outskirts of the city on the other end. Sort of hard to understand what that would be about, whether there were specific people in these locations. And don't forget, the Walmart facility is the third location. So whether this shooter was just indiscriminately picking, you know, random locations that were disparate like that, or whether that shooter had people in mind. Chris Grelnick, can you weigh in on that in one way or another, just seeing the pattern of locations?
Well, I think outside the boundaries of what we see as a pattern probably will produce a pattern. Very rarely do these people wake up one day and say, I'm going to become an active shooter. They study prior shootings, they make plans, they make maps, they post it on social media, they tell a friend, and they telegraph their intentions. It's usually over some type of grievance. We've seen it in family violence, workplace violence, mentally challenged people, bullied people, students, etc.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.